The Hellfire Gala was a crossover event last year where multiple superstar writers came together for a 12-issue crossover. Or was it 24? Doesn't matter. It spanned the breadth of the X-Men line and set forth storylines that followed for the year ahead. This year, the Hellfire Gala 2022 has one writer with a much smaller set of artists, because they serve different purposes. Last year's event set up storylines that are still paying off right now, which necessitated that crossover. This year, they closed out multiple storylines and set up far fewer. In my opinion, they have both done excellent jobs of what they set out to do. There are some things that they have done better than the other. With this one story, it feels more consistent and it has to hit at all times. And that endeavor is succeeded. There isn't a dull moment in this jam-packed issue, and it achieves a lot. But sadly, even as jam-packed as it is, it's only one issue. There are a ton of small interactions that were in the last event that just aren't and can't be in this issue. I would argue that with the revelation of Mutant Resurrection, that less is more does fit here as a description. The conflict was nail-biting throughout, with barely a punch thrown, the one punch being from Spider-Man, ironically. I guess maybe it's not ironic. The conversations and the veiled threats made to mutant kind had me at the edge of my seat, worried for things that were being promised years from now. The Hellfire Gala of 2021 was good like that too, but not as good as 2022. At the same time, there were no surprises that competed with Krakoa turning Mars into a Racco. And honestly, the new X-Men roster is nowhere near as interesting as last year's. Not to mention, my faith in how the roster will be used isn't optimistic, since all the characters that left were the ones that felt wasted. But the lack of something that wasn't promised isn't a negative overall, just in comparison. This issue is still great without a big surprise. Either way, whichever strategy they use next year, I'm already excited. I love the Hellfire Gala. In terms of which one I'm leaning more towards being my favorite, I think the Hellfire Gala of 2022 might be a little bit better overall for me. What do you think?